And hello.
Hey.
How's everyone doing? We are on the second month of this year already.
Yep.
Can you believe it? It's going fast.
Yeah, it's because of all the snow.
Because of all the snow? Is that what you think it is?
I don't know.
That's kind of a snow job to me.
We're due for another storm tomorrow, and then again Thursday into Friday. But you know, that's the beauty of living in upstate New York.
What are we getting, another snowstorm?
3 to 5 inches.
3 to 5 inches.
3 to 5 inches. Hey, Louise. Hey, Daryl.
This is one of those times when you know, made me wish I was back in the Dominican Republic.
It's almost time for us to go there. Actually, it's past the time where we should be in
past
Dominican
the
Republic.
time.
Yeah.
It's past the time. You know, I'm excited about our guests today.
Mm-hmm.
Both of our guests. You know, one I know from a long time ago, but we reconnected on Facebook.
Yeah.
And then the other one we just met.
Mm-hmm. Back in October.
But I got a bone to pick with her.
I have a feeling I know what that's going to be.
Oh, so you know.
I have an inkling.
Well, not so much her, but you. It's very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Patrice DaCosta Fernandez is our first guest tonight.
Yes, and then we also had Daryl Brackett.
Daryl Brackett, yes. Daryl is also our biggest fan.
Well, he's our biggest friend.
Our biggest, okay.
I will call him a friend. But he has watched every single show we've done, I think.
Well, that's
except for one, and he told me he wasn't going to watch that time.
That's why he won the most prizes for.
Yeah, that's right. He did win the prize. Something that looks like
a
this.
couple of them.
Yeah. Yep. I tell you. So
sorry.
I tell you, today at work, I was going to do the little thing that I wanted to do, random thoughts, tweets, random thoughts, which is, how I post on Facebook sometimes, and I have a random thought, and then I post it just to make people think.
Mm-hmm.
So today I was thinking about the random thought, but we probably should bring it up after we have our guest.
Okay,
and we talk about it.
Listen, you're the boss.
I'm the boss.
You're the boss.
Wow, did you hear that, people? Because my wife always said she's the boss. I think, with Valentines coming,
yes,
it's apropos to have our guest that we have today.
I absolutely agree.
Being that I already bought the...
You actually bought that before it was even available for sale. We had to pre-order that.
Really?
Yeah, you had to get in on the,
wow,
before it was available to the public.
That's interesting. I'm curious. Okay,
so we met Patrice back in October on set. We were filming for a home fashion type show, and I was doing a little hosting, and Patrice came on. She is a woman that wears many, many hats.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know where to start on this.
Well, we could bring her on and talk about it. But I tell you, when I met her, I was, she probably won't recognize me now, because when I met her, it was outside and it was soaking. I was soaking wet. It was raining.
You were bringing my bag.
My hair was all over the place. I know. So, and she said, she asked me about you, and she said she wanted to bring you on as a host because, I guess she was as impressed as I was by you. But yeah, that's how we met. I was all, and gave her your card. That's how it was going.
Yeah.
So
let's bring her in.
Let's bring her in.
Patrice DaCosta Fernandez, owner and CEO of Stoosh Images and Stoosh Styling. an image consulting and personal development consortium of companies that is celebrating its 15th year anniversary. Oh, hold on one second.
Hello.
Hello. Hi.
How are you?
Welcome to Tweed Talks.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me. Good night. Good night.
You look amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my goodness, look at that. You are already there.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Listen, Pedro, let me just say that I am 5'10" and I can manage the bone that you have to pick against. It's been 15 years of bone picking from the men.
Oh.
do you know something? I wrote something in my book a while ago. This book hasn't come out yet, so you'll hear it here first.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote something about that. People said to me, "You don't have a what is the expression that you guys use? A mean bone on you."
You don't have a mean bone in your body?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, we don't have mean bones. We have mean thoughts.
Mean thoughts. Mm-hmm.
You know, it's what we think. So now, when I said I had a bone to pick with you, you know, when I'm saying that, that doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing. But what happened was, it's like, you know, I love you, and at the same time, I said, like, my wife gave me a bill.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good, right? And
she said, this is my Valentines present.
yeah, she told me. And the thing is, men tend to love me. So they pick the bone. The husbands tend to love me because, hey, I am and I'm refreshing the wives' looks, and that's what happens. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad because you know, one of the hardest thing that we have to do to please someone that has everything already, it's easier for them to pick what they want, and then she went and she picked. Usually that's the way I buy her gift. She put it on the cart, and then I take out my cart. So that's basically the way it works. So let me ask you, how did you get into this
into fashion? Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, fashion. The love of fashion started from my home country. So I'm originally from Jamaica. So when I started going to high school and going to college, I enjoyed just sitting and watching the fashion shows for hours and not realizing that it's something that was coming from way down here. And then I started helping friends, you know, just going to the stores and helping them to put looks together. And the comments I would get and the way how they said that they would feel. And you know what is so pivoting is that my clients always say to me that I do not run a business, I run a ministry, because what I do, I help with self-confidence, I help with creating lasting impressions. Can I tell you how many relationships have improved just from feeling better about yourself, knowing knowing what works for you, because it's not just about, yes, I have the retail part of the company, but I also have the consulting part of the company where I help you to identify what works for your body type, help you to realize that not because you might be a little heavier than you want to be, that doesn't mean that you can't be fabulous, right? And so it's a constant ministry. And I'm just so glad that I am able to impact all the women and men over the past 15 and a half years.
So you had this love for fashion as a young girl.
Yes.
How did that, so you went to school for fashion, you have all these credentials. So how did that translate into, instead of going into making clothes and creating your own line, how did that translate into motivating women?
Oh, that's a good question, because in the fashion industry, I went through it all, Crystal. So just a quick background, I did makeup to UK, I did my master's there, and then I migrated to the United States. So while going through all the different transitions, I knew I wanted to have my business. I wanted to be in the fashion industry. So I tried all different sorts of the fashion segment. I did the merchandising part of it. I did the I knew that I could sew, so I wasn't gonna do the sewing part of it, right? I knew that I hate drawing, so I knew I wasn't gonna do the drawing part of it. Then I got into the consulting part of it, and that's when I realized that I had more impact, direct impact in helping women and helping men. So the transition took place after trying the different parts of the fashion industry. I realized that the consulting part is what works best for me, right? And the consulting part. So for me, it's not just about selling, because if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. My clients can tell you that I have said no, don't buy it. I'm not selling you. It doesn't work for you. Put it down.
Right, right.
That's awesome.
Right.
So it's not just about selling, because at the end of the day, I want us all as a client, whether male or female, to be happy with the look that you're projecting, right? And it's all about a message that you send. So that's how the transition took place. And I'm so happy I found my niche. I'm so happy I found my center of where
I think that's really important, the point you just made about educating yourself on what looks good on your body, because if something doesn't look good on your body and you're wearing it, then that sort of brings your spirits down. But if you're wearing something that makes you look fabulous, then you feel much better.
Yeah, brings your spirit up.
no brainer. Yeah. Yeah. And the thing too is that they're so caught up in, what we see in the magazine. So someone like myself, I am here to help women, no matter what size, height, age. A good image never gets old, right?
Right.
And the thing is just to enjoy where you are now. And being a consultant is like I was telling my husband that I'm gonna do a psychology course, because I have to get into the mind. I have to change mindsets, not change to the point, but I help individuals to think differently about themselves, and that's what it's about. That's what it's about.
So to our viewers, one of the things I love about when I go to Patrice's website, or even your lives, when you have models on, you have all different models of different shapes, sizes, heights, ages. And I love that because it encompasses everyone. And you could look at that outfit, that top, the blouse or whatever, and say, that would look good on me. She looks like me. So I could wear that.
Yes, it's all about being real, being fabulous. That's it. Yes. That's
so,
what
we thought that it would be great to have Patrice on tonight, because she just dropped a new line on her website.
What?
Last week was it, Patrice, or was it the week before?
The week before.
The week before. And it is called, go ahead and give us the title.
The Loving You Collection.
Loving You Collection. I love that. And just in time for Valentine's Day. So if there are any men watching.
Oh, so you have men clothes also.
Very soon. So very soon
because blue looks very good on me.
well, very soon I'll be able to confirm that, right? But yes, but very soon, I'm thinking by now and April, the men's line should be out. Yeah.
So that's exciting.
We're working on that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was hoping it was before Valentines, so.
Unfortunately, no. The Stoosh man is coming soon. Guess what, Pedro? Guess what? Women are going to want to pick a bone with me. So there you go.
Actually, Patrice, I'll speak for myself personally. I buy him stuff all the time.
All the time.
When he's not with me. So, I'll just, I'll be texting you and say, hey, Patrice, I like this shirt for Pedro. So
yes, absolutely.
She's really good at this.
Oh, that's
to have a consultant, like when we go to a movie premiere, I could talk about, have a consultant.
Yes, yes.
What is that you're wearing? Is that your own design or?
no. So what I do is, well, not yet, and that's also in the pipeline. The Stoosh collection is also in the pipeline for both clothes and accessories. So, all being well this year. But currently, what I do, I work with this different designers from all over. So because we're celebrating Black History Month, this is one of the looks.
Okay.
The looks that's part of the collection, and the collection, as Crystal says, it covers sizes small to 3X. About whether it's loungewear or whether it's like loungewear for like a plus size person, or whether it's a coat dress for something like what I mean, this beautiful, it's or a dress. This is so fun.
That is gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Yeah, this is so beautiful, right? So it covers just femininity, it covers just embodying, just embracing who you are, no matter what size. That's it. That's what this collection is about. Just loving you, loving yourself. Yeah.
Okay, so while we're on that note, you can show us the rest of the pieces that you have in the collection.
Okay, I could show you the
absolutely.
Right, so let's show them. And in the meantime, the website is stooshretail.com.
Okay, I'll put that in the comments. Can I put that in the chat? I can
let me see. How do I'm trying to do the flip. How do I flip? Okay, I'm learning here in the StreamYard. How do I? I need you to see.
Oh.
Nope. Oops.
we could see you fine.
I think
yeah, I need to flip the camera so that you can see the all right, so what am I doing? Are you seeing this? No.
Yep.
Are you seeing the outfit?
Yes, yes, we are.
Okay. Well, I'm not seeing what you're seeing. I'm just holding it because. All right, so this is like a plus size sweater, the blue sweater. Then we have the this stretch denim, which is so comfy, sizes small to XL. We have this beautiful black and white. I mean, it's all about just having versatile items in the wardrobe. We have from sizes small to 2XL. These leather leggings, fall leather leggings, small, medium, large. We have these beautiful jackets. So the pieces are all about details. It's all about not being regular, right? Then we have this lovely denim jacket with a beautiful African print skirt, right? As we continue to celebrate this lovely month, Black History Month.
Yeah.
And there you go, Crystal. Look at your number.
Love it.
We see the necklace. You loungewear. You add a necklace and you lounge around the house, looking fabulous. Looking fabulous. Yes. So these are some of the looks. These are some of the looks from the collection. And as said, to stooshretail.com, you can see the rest of the collection. But there's something for everyone. There's something for everyone. And that's a beautiful thing. When I'm choosing my collections, it's not just for one type of person, it's for every fashion style. And that's a beautiful thing when being a trained image consultant, I consider everyone, right? All the different styles. It's not just about what I love. It's what other people might be liking. Yeah.
Absolutely. And Patrice, you've mentioned so many times on your lives, because we're all about the Zoom now. Everyone is Zooming, everyone. And you said that you should show up to your Zooms looking fabulous. So tell us tell the viewers a little bit about what to do when we have a Zoom or something like that, when you need to look good for a Zoom that you have.
Okay, so Zooming, yes, that's the big thing. So the key is remember that you're seen from the waist up, right? So I'm seeing both of you now from the waist up, right? And so when on your Zoom, be mindful of your, what's closest to your face, what type of colors you're wearing, ensuring that you're wearing proper fit. This is for both men or women. Be mindful not to wear, too much print, but details, like details. A simple thing as let me just, like, for instance, like this necklace. You know what I mean? Like a necklace is, can you see?
Yes.
Yes, a necklace is so important, right? For your Zoom, a pair of earrings, right? Because you want to make sure, just remember that every time you speak to someone, you see someone, you send a message every single time. So you have to be mindful of the message you're sending. So let's focus on the waist up. And if you noticed, like the tops and the jackets in the collection, it's all about the details. So you could be white top, see it, right? Black and white top, and you have sweats, but waist. The waist up principle. You cannot go wrong with the waist up principle. So that's always the focus. Focus on details as much as possible, right? Because I project that image, a good image, and a good message, I should say.
Oh, so I know what I'm doing wrong now with this. I'm gonna have to get me one of those necklaces.
Well, the good thing for you is that your color, you see, and that's the thing too. Color is so important, and not many people know what colors work for them. Right. So your color, Pedro, is that blue is so captivating. And for just a quick fashion tip, blue is one of the most friendliest colors for the camera.
No,
you should know that. You should know
that. I should know that.
It's very interesting you say that. Every time I bring a couple tops to, a shoot I'm doing, they're like, bring a couple extra tops. They normally always pick the royal blue top because the color just pops on camera.
Yes, it's one of the most friendliest colors for the camera. So that's something, especially if you want to make a wow impression, that cobalt blue or a navy always works on camera. Yeah.
Those yellow earrings that you have, they work too.
Yeah.
So I may get one of those too.
It's also going because it matches her skin tone. So that's how that.
I get it.
Absolutely.
I learned something. There we go.
So this top that I'm wearing is a part of the loungewear collection. It's from a different collection, but it is loungewear. I don't have the bottoms on.
Right.
But I'm wearing pants.
Oh, okay.
But one of the other outfits that was in the back, what Patrice showed before, was the tan, is another loungewear ensemble, and I have that one as well. And it looks like you can also wear it at the house. It depends on how she threw a necklace on the mannequin, and it looked fabulous. Ladies, we maybe not be working as much, or we have meetings at home where we still want to be comfortable. So I think the loungewear collection is excellent for that.
Thank you. And I mean, there are more than one loungewear on the site, right? That they can go on and still looking comfortable but stylish at home, because it projects. It helps when we feel good, especially as women. When we feel good, we project that image, and we project that confidence, right?
That energy, yes. You have to have that energy.
Yeah.
Yes, we do, and that's what it's all about, right? And I'm so happy for the collection, and I'm working on the one for March. March is Women's Month, so
do you look for Women's Month?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, March is Women's Month. So I am in the process of working on that collection, but this collection, I just love it because it covers the different facets of loving you. And being a consultant, I cannot tell you the stories I've heard, ladies and gentlemen, about how much we hate ourselves, the complaints. Oh, I wish I was this. Oh, I wish I was that. Oh, I wish, and we just go on and on and on. And it's sometimes it's a lot of work for me because you have to change the mindset and help people set themselves and to love themselves. But I love it. It's been 15 years, 15 and a half years.
Wow. Wow.
So we have a comment there.
Louise.
Good.
Oh God.
Read the comment. Oh, could you see it?
She's gonna have hubby pull out his bank card. Louise.
That's it.
Smart girl.
That's the way you do it.
That's it. That's it. Yeah, because you know, we want to, and we want to take care of ourselves, and that's what we do at Stoosh, and we do that through consulting. We do virtual consulting. We do in person personal shopping. We do shopping for you online. We do wardrobe consultations or in person before COVID, and we also do the retail aspect of you can do your one-on-one FaceTime shopping with me. So there are various ways, and I really do help you to choose good pieces, right? Good items for the wardrobe, because we want to make sure that you have a healthy wardrobe.
Yes.
So what I'm seeing here is that if they don't shop with you, they're gonna end up saying, "Huge mistake, huge mistake." How does that go? How does that line go?
Big mistake.
Big mistake. Yeah.
Huge.
Big
That's
mistake.
from Pretty Woman. Comment
Woman,
from
right.
Jason Dole.
International Women's Day, Monday. Oh.
March 8th, and all March is Women's History Month. Thank you so much for that comment, Jason.
Yes. So March is a big month. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Yeah,
we are hoping that this year, when things are opening up, you know, we can go, because there are a lot of events that we miss where we go up, where we dress up and we go out and things like that. We
go to a lot of events.
Yeah. So, and normally the way I pick a dress or whatever I'm wearing, Patrice, is I post on Facebook and I ask everyone to comment, and whichever one gets the most comment, that's the one I pick. But now I can just say, hey, Patrice, I need a dress for, you know, such and such an event.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, and that's the thing too, that you know, because all the stores are closing, people are there's this impersonal, right? The personal touch is being lost.
Yeah, that's very important.
Personal touch lost, and that's something that I pride, you know, the company in having that personal touch. You know what I mean? Make recommendations based on pictures that you might send, or I might find out what your lifestyle is, what the objectives are, and then you know I make recommendations. So that's the personal, the intimate connection that I have with my clients is what I pride myself with. But because everything is just this big bad internet, right? And you order, and whether it fits you or not, and you know, money is just wasted. And you know, I really help my clients not to waste. Yeah,
and one thing I want to say to the women that are watching, that Patrice really puts herself out there to be really of help. She's really good with sort of figuring out what size would work best for you. She gave her contact information to a couple of my friends who I had on a Zoom, so they could reach out to her about different pieces they wanted to buy on her website, but they had questions about. So she is really helpful in that aspect. So I highly recommend shopping with her, because it's not like, this site sells this, I wonder what size this is, I wonder if it's the same size as the other website I ordered from. Sometimes the sizes fluctuate, but she is excellent about helping you pick which pieces.
And let me tell you, I was in the background when those girls were shopping, and are they using my credit card? I mean, they were going at it.
But it was a really fun time, so we really appreciated that, Patrice. Go ahead, give us your website information one more time, Patrice, for our viewers.
Yeah, so it's www.stoosh retail, STOOSH retail.com. So that's the retail arm of the business, and the styling part of the business, they can make an appointment for the styling aspect is StooshStyling.com. StooshStyling.com and StooshRetail.com.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining us,
Patrice.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you coming on, and I'll make sure once the video is posted, all your contact information, the retail and the consultant site will be in the information so people can reach out to you and do a little shopping.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for having me. And
Absolutely.
very soon, nail collection will be out.
All right. Thank you so much, Patrice.
Sounds good.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye. Good night.
Bye-bye. Okay, so that was very exciting for me too.
Renessa, I love you guys. I have to go, but I want to keep doing what you two do. Beautiful, intelligent, humble, and giving. That is beautiful. Thank you, Renessa.
So thank you so much. You know, we're gonna keep going. We have some other guests coming up next week. Next Monday is gonna be Music Monday.
Music Monday again. Yes, I'm looking forward to that.
Yes, we're gonna post about that later. But I have a former gymnast that now in Nashville, or she went to Nashville to do a recording, and her song is coming out. Her name is Kathy Patty. And then we also have
her whole album.
Her whole album. You know, we waited until she finished the album.
Yes.
And we also had Justin Sutherland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He has some interesting things. There's a video that I don't know if we could play it, but he changed the words of one of the songs and made it like a quarantine. It's fun. But then he also released his new single. And then it'll be nice talking to him next week. But now we're going to bring another friend.
Yes.
Yes. And he's been watching us.
Since the beginning.
Since the beginning. So he's watching. I hope he's consent now.
Hey, Daryl.
Daryl, you can go ahead
and click on that link that Pedro sent you. And we'll get you in here, my friend. So, like I had mentioned before, that I absolutely love the loungewear that's on Patrice's site because it's so incredibly comfortable. You know, people didn't leave the house for months, so everyone sort of, women and men, sort of got used to wearing either sweatpants or leggings, and this is like wearing sweatpants or leggings, but it's so fashionable. I'm like so in love.
Yeah,
So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to post a photo of the outfit on Valentine's Day, because that's when I'm gonna wear it when Pedro takes me to dinner.
I take him to dinner all the time. It's like it's not a surprise. Oh, so there's Daryl. We're gonna bring him in because we have some things to cover.
Yeah.
And you know, I hope my daughter's watching because this is one of the reasons we wanted Daryl in.
Yes, we're bringing Daryl in.
Hey,
how are you, my friend?
I am doing great. I can't believe, Pedro, that I'm actually having a voice conversation with you. Even though we've texted each other a lot over the years, you realize it's been over 30 years since we've talked to each other.
That is true. That is true. You moved down south, and you know, you say you weren't coming back up north.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, I could do that. Anyway, it's great to see you guys. Thanks for having me on. I do realize you said I've been watching this show for a long time. I love the banter between you guys. And it's true. And the thing I noticed is you guys normally have on your show world-class athletes, and you have Grammy Award-winning artists and entrepreneurs like Patrice. And so I realize I'm here with some rather dubious qualifications, but that doesn't mean we're not going to have a good time.
Oh, your qualifications are great. Are great and needed at this time.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, so you coached gymnastics for a long time.
I did.
Yeah.
I was involved with gymnastics. I mean, it goes way back to the 70s. I used to, I watched Nadia and all that in the Olympics. And I love the sport, but there was no place to do it in Oneonta. You know I'm from Oneonta. You know where Oneonta is.
That's where we met.
Yeah. But I had a high school gym teacher who was a lover of gymnastics, and he had a team, so I was able to do it in high school. Bob Willis. Do you remember Bob Willis?
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember him? He was my coach, and also buddies. Remember Buddy Goldsmith?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, we all kind of hung together. So he was my gymnastics connection because he also worked for Spieth Anderson. And he had a show or something to do. He would call me and I would help out. So I got to meet a lot of gymnasts, like doing post-Olympic tours and that kind of thing. And that stretched from like the mid 80s all through the 90s. And it's such a good time. And I coached for 23 years, even though I had a day job as a telecommunications software engineer. Believe me, just about as exciting as it sounds. And that's what I still do, actually. But I miss gymnastics. But fortunately, Facebook allows me to keep in touch with a lot of friends over the years. So,
well, I got to tell you, Buddy Goldsmith was my boss.
Oh, you worked for him. You know, I knew you guys knew each other. And in 1987, yes, at the Special Olympics at Notre Dame University, there was the international game. He and I shared a room for about a week. And he's the funniest guy. He smoked a lot. He'd always tell me, never smoke, never smoke.
Oh, I got to tell you some stuff.
But I think he passed away a few years ago.
He did. He did pass away.
Yeah.
But I tell you, one time we were going to a meet, and I decided with my gymnast, and we're gonna bring some of our gymnasts later on. And he used to drive the bus, and he was driving the bus. And what happened is I said, I'm gonna get him to quit smoking. So I took the cigarettes. We were hiding it, and one of the kids was hiding it, and he started the bus. We said, we're not moving until we find that cigarettes right now. So we were in the middle going towards Binghamton, and he started the bus, and he wouldn't go until we find. So we finally gave in. I gave him the cigarette. Now, so him, there's a friend of ours that that passed away this past week. I didn't want to bring the show to a halt, but I think that we should celebrate her rather than, we're mourning, but we also got to celebrate her. But I tell you a story what Buddy did. So when Diane was competing, he went, and for some reason I couldn't go that time, but he said to her, one of my coaches loves you. And he didn't tell me this. He just told Diane Durham that I love her. I love her floor. I love everything that she did. She was so powerful, different at the time. And he came back and said, I got something for you. And he gave me a napkin. And it's someplace. He gave me a napkin, and he had Diane's signature. Said, I love you too.
Oh,
Isn't that awesome? So I never got to meet her, but his daughter and some of my other gymnasts got to meet her.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, she had the most dynamic personality, and oh gosh, she was along in a lot of the stops that we went on. And when you're in that situation, I was a gymnastics roadie, so I was setting up equipment for all the events. I wasn't doing the gymnastics. I was driving a truck. I was handling merchandise. I was a mascot for a while. I dressed up in a bunny costume and go and wave to kids. And I got to know a lot of the gymnasts that way. We all just became friends after a while. And Diane it was impossible to be in her presence without laughing. She just had everyone laughing all the time, just being herself, not trying to be a comedian like me, just being herself. So, yeah, she will be missed.
Yeah, she will.
Yeah, we on Friday night we were showing old videos of Diane. We pulled some up on YouTube while we were in the gym with the team gymnasts, and I was just blown away. And I've been around competitions many years, but you look how far back she was doing those skills, and She was just amazing to watch, and I was just in awe of those videos. It was pretty, and what she did as a trailblazer in the gymnastics community is just amazing.
Yeah, the goal now is to get her into the Hall of Fame.
Right, to be there.
So anyway, that's my gymnastics story, and for that reason, I love Facebook, because I'm able to connect with people and stay in touch. And there's no community that's stronger than the gymnastics community. You know that. And it just case in point, when Diane passed away, everyone has come together. We have a fund going on. So many people have contributed to support her husband, meal trains. And I've been in touch with some Olympic gymnasts who have really helped out with this a lot. And they just, everybody comes together.
That's amazing.
Yeah, you let us know. Now, so you got into a plane accident at one point.
Because as he laughs.
So yeah, you're talking about a plane crash that happened in upstate New York in 1987. I was 20 years old, and it left an impression on me, I'll say. And probably the main reason you have me on tonight is to talk about this, and it's a subject matter I take seriously. I mean, most of the people you have on here are like motivational speakers that come in here like excited and all revved up and positive attitude, and it's maybe not appropriate to keep an attitude like that when you're talking about plane crashes, but you know, we'll make this work.
Yeah.
So I went through a number of years of flight anxiety, and it was tough because I had a job where I had to travel all the time. And there were some setbacks, like September 11th. A lot of people got nervous around that time. I was actually in Spain when that happened. I was in Madrid on like a 10-day business trip, and I had a 10-month-old baby. And my wife called me, and I couldn't even understand her. I finally got on the internet and realized what had happened, and we all kind of left and went and watched it on TV. I was 3 hours away from getting on a plane to go to Italy, and they closed all the airports in Italy. So things like this have a tendency to stick with you a little bit. Now I can say I get on planes all the time. Well, I haven't in a year, but I get on planes. I don't even think about it. A lot of times I'll fall asleep before we even take off and stuff. And that's not what people with paralyzing fear of flying do. But that's what I do now. So I could say I'm over my fear of flying. I'm not saying it won't come back. But what I'd like to do is tell you the steps to take in overcoming anxiety, because I know that's part of the reason you brought me on. You know people who go through this. So the first thing is to identify what causes you the anxiety. And there are really three main causes, okay? If you have a pen and paper and you're writing this down, the first one is just the fear of crashing. You don't really have to write it down. I know you have this recorded. The easiest one to address is that first one. It's a fear of crashing, and I'll come back to that in a minute. And it's probably the main one for people. The second one is the anxiety that comes from not being in control. And that has a tendency to manifest itself in other ways. Like, for example, sometimes you can be in a car with somebody else who's driving and you're just not comfortable, but there's no reason for it. I mean, it's a clear day. They're not tailgating. There's not a lot of traffic. But somehow you're absolutely sure that an antelope is going to jump out in front of you, right? So you're like gripping. If that happened. The third way, to me, is the most difficult one to address. The third source for anxiety, and that's claustrophobia. And that usually takes a doctor, a different kind of psychological expert who can help you with that. And that will also show itself in other ways too. But those three things, there's other things too, but they're usually variations of those three that I mentioned. And they're like, people sometimes say, I'm afraid of hijacking. Okay. Well, that's a combination of fear of crashing and fear of not being in control and things like that. So there's a lot of variations, but usually the source is one of those three things. And if you identify what it is that bothers you the most, then you can start to treat it. And just for a couple of examples, say, for example, if you're afraid of crashing, you need to get a little bit more education about learning what planes do. You know, planes are meant to fly and they don't like to land. It has to be forced to land. You know, you have to push a plane down. If jumbo jets have landed without fuel before by gliding, you know, for many, many miles, it's rare. You don't want to run out of gas. You don't want that to happen ever. But there's a few famous examples of that. And light planes, yeah, they do too. Learn something about the thrust and the drag and the lift and what makes a plane fly. You learn that a 767 actually has 5 emergency braking systems. If one fails, it goes to the other, and it goes to the other, and it goes to the other. And most pilots in their 30-year career never even go to a single backup braking system. They always fly. And I have a friend who's a pilot for American. He has never had an aborted takeoff. He's had 17,000 hours of flying time. He's a commercial pilot. I've been in an aborted takeoff once in Charlotte when we took a bird into the wing. They called it from, anyway, it was a frightening experience. I'm not here to make things worse, but in his whole career, he never had. And so it's rare to me. This is all about learning that number one, the fear of crashing. Okay. Important statistics to understand. Now, statistics don't help you when you're 35,000 feet and some guy next to you says, "Oh, you're safe for doing this than you are driving in your own car." It's at that very moment you realize you are capable of taking another human life. And that it doesn't help. It just makes things worse. But people think they're helping with that. But learn the statistics when you're on the ground. So since the Wright brothers flew the first plane, which was on December 17th, 1903, you knew that. The only reason I know that is because my daughter was born 100 years later to the day. About 100,000 people, a little bit more, have been killed in plane crashes since the beginning of the first flight. Now, 100,000, it's a lot of people, but I mean, you think about it in long scheme of things, look at coronavirus, look at the number of car accidents and all of that. So 100,000 deaths in planes in the last 117 years. You don't meet a lot of plane crash survivors, but it's not because people don't survive. It's because there aren't a lot of plane crashes. And this is an interesting statistic. If you take every single plane crash since the beginning of aviation, more than 50% of the people have survived. So wow. If you're in a situation that you think is terrifying, chances are it won't even be on the radar of the air traffic controllers or the pilots. They'll just breeze right through it. If it's horrible turbulence over the Pacific Ocean, they don't even think about it, but you might feel sure that this is the end. It's all very routine. Okay, so that's the kind of thing that would help you to understand before you take off. Yeah. That kind of thing. So learn a little bit about aviation and about planes and what makes them fly and why they're safe and that they can fly on one engine, even if it's a 4-engine jet, and that'll help you. The second one that I mentioned, the fear of not being in control, there are things you can do to give yourself an element of control. Like, for example, you can go on Google Street View or Google Earth, Google Maps, and look at the airport you're about to take off from. And you can see that maybe a runway is situated north-south, for example. You could look out the window and look and see which way planes are taking off. And if you're flying that day from Miami to New York and planes are taking off to the south, you know before you even take off that you're going to get up about, maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes in the air, and all of a sudden you're going to have a hard 180 bank turn. And that's the kind of thing that makes people nervous. You're sitting in the plane and all of a sudden you feel it turning and you feel a little bit of turbulence. Look up at the sky before you leave. If you see a layer of clouds at maybe 10,000 feet, then you know you're going to feel a little bump and that kind of thing. Well, suddenly you take that flight and you're taking off and then you count it down and say, okay, we're going to make a turn pretty soon. Yep, sure enough, you make the turn. We're going to feel some turbulence. Yep, there it is. And then we're going to bust through the clouds and there's the sun. And you can start to predict these things. That gives you a sense of having a little bit more control.
Wow.
It is taken away from you to understand it better and that kind of thing. And to also understand how routine it is, like flying from Minneapolis to Detroit every day is kind of like driving a city bus. It's only there's fewer accidents. you know. The claustrophobia one, I'm not a qualified doctor, so I'm not going to go down there, but I know that some people, they'll sit in a plane and say, I can't sit in the back of a plane because I see the shape of it and it just makes me feel closed in. And somebody else might say, I can't sit in the front because all you're doing is looking at the bulkhead and it makes you feel trapped, which I personally like the bulkhead. But there are things you try to figure out if that's your issue or not, and you kind of deal with it from that perspective. So that's the first step. And there's a point to this. I'm not going to go on all night. But once you identify what makes you afraid to fly, the second thing is to think about every step. And I have a thing, I used to work with people on this. I have a list of like 75 steps from the minute your boss tells you need to go somewhere, you're taking a family vacation, whatever it is, from the minute you book a plane ticket to packing the night before, driving to the airport, going through security, going to your gate, getting on the plane, closing the cabin door. What is it that makes you the most nervous? And here's one thing. Some people don't like going through security because it's a reminder of September 11th. They just feel like this is so dangerous. Other people love going through security because it reminds you that these people are here to save you and keep you protected. And you know, so you can have two people who are afraid to fly who have completely opposite feelings about any one of those steps. And I'm going to use my wife as an example. She was a very nervous flyer for a long time, and she was nervous up until the point they closed the cabin door because she knew there was nothing else that could be done. Nobody could do anything. She's like, okay. And it was instant relaxation. Other people, their anxiety turns on the second they close the cabin door. So that's why I say go through this whole list, and I can help people if they're listening tonight. I can share that list. Go through that list and find out what exactly makes you nervous about flying. And it might be multiple things. It might be very few things. But then once you realize that, you can start to treat each one of those differently and think differently about going through security, about, you know, having different levels of control. And there's a whole lot of things about this. When you're up in the air, you can do breathing exercises to take your mind off of it. And we don't have time tonight to go through all of this, but I'm just sharing with you the way I would talk with people before. And I know you put on the part in the very beginning where it said, I ran this company called Claim Confidence. It was really just a website. It wasn't a money-making thing, but it was just to help people deal with anxiety. Mm-hmm. I don't do it anymore, but these are the kinds of things I would talk about.
Well,
I think I lost you.
Sorry.
There you go.
I clicked the
She clicked the wrong button.
I think it's pretty amazing how you overcame that. And I think one of the things that we'd want to do is, you mentioned that you had a list, and you said that you would share it. So I think that would be great, because when I was talking to Pedro about him wanting to bring you on, I said, well, now people are starting to travel again. So you never know. We've been through almost a year of not traveling. So maybe people are nervous to get back in the air, or maybe their last experience wasn't a good experience in the plane. So I think that would be really helpful to share with our viewers.
That's one of our main. Plus, we wanted to talk to you and just have fun.
I'll send you that list, and you can do with what you want. It was based on a study. I cited the source of it. The things that I'm talking about aren't things that I made up. I ended up doing a lot of my own video watching, and I researched some of this stuff when I was trying to deal with my own issues. But I'll share it all with you, and because it can literally keep you from enjoying life to the fullest if you skip a job promotion because you don't want to travel, or you skip a vacation of a lifetime because you don't want to get on a plane. And if you could find ways of dealing with that, that's what you should do.
Well, I didn't fly until very late in life. It was quite late. It was less than
just a few years ago.
Yeah, it was just a few years ago. And I remember,
I love flying.
Did I dig my nails into your hands?
Yes, you
when
do.
We were taking off. But it was the takeoff for me because you sort of feel like a jerk, and I'm like.
And then you made a movie about flight anxiety. I saw it.
Oh,
Can
you
you
saw
keep
that?
the secret? Yes.
Yeah, The Secret. Yeah, that's a good movie.
You were
I love that movie.
attendant.
Listen, Daryl, I can assure you that was in a hangar.
Okay.
And
It never
Now
went.
you ruined it for me. I saw that movie as her spilling out her life because she thought she was going to die in a plane crash. That was a great movie.
that was a funny movie. That was
My favorite scene was the elevator scene. You know which one I'm talking about?
Of course. Oh my gosh.
I watched the movie too.
Oh, were you?
You don't remember the elevator scene, Pedro?
Yeah. I remember. I was there.
Oh, you were in the elevator. You were the guy in the middle between the two.
No.
No, you weren't in the elevator.
No, I wasn't on that scene. I was on the scene earlier.
In the office.
Yeah, in the office.
And you peeked around the corner.
Yeah, I did this.
Oh, did you? I'll have to rewatch that.
Yeah. It was fun. It was a fun movie.
His scene comes after mine, after my two scenes in the beginning.
Mine
come first.
No, mine come first.
No.
I'll watch it again and look for you.
No, we in the office. Never mind. Mine come first. It's at the very beginning.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll watch it again. But the important thing tonight is I was wearing my friendly blue, like Patrice was talking about. Plus, Pedro, I'm wearing a necklace, so I might be wearing one.
So you're accessorizing.
I got to get one. I have a yin and yang necklace.
Yeah, you should have worn that. You got to accessorize. Even the men.
I feel so naked right now. Oh, there we go.
Look at you. There you go.
All right. That's a style. Patrice would be proud.
Yeah, she was a lot of fun. So I'm going to play a video for the people so they could see what we were talking about earlier. No, wrong one.
You're going to play the movie Can You Keep a Secret?
Yes, that's exactly what we're going to play right now.
No, but
current star Diane Durham. Diane, who won the all-round competition here, going after her third individual title. Peter, she certainly has been the star here in Chicago.
She sure has, Jim. And it's been amazing to watch her consistency and her power. This event highlights it better than any other. She's a tremendous tumbler. And is just an individual full of life. Watch this full twisting double back coming up now. Watch the lift she gets. Wow. Gymnastics by Nadia Comaneci at the 76 Olympic Games when she saw her on TV. Diane is now training with Nadia's ex-coach, Bella Caroli. And what a wonderful job he's done with her in the last year. Very nice tumbling run. Jim, she's competing as a seasoned veteran, only 14, her first championship. This routine down, another double twist, right on the money.
Peter, keep in mind she needed a 9.60 to take the title from Pam Bilek. How is she doing?
Very good, Jim. I think she's going to get it. Super tumbling, excellent performance, Diane Durham.
Out of Gary, Indiana, just 14 years old, already a star with her sister and mother watching in the stands, and her coach, Bella Caroli, nearby.
It was your championship, Diane. I'm proud of you. You did a great job today. It was 1983 Diane Durham National Championship. All right.
Well, Peter, certainly her coach thinks that she has won it all. Let's take.
Wow.
That was an emotional experience seeing her out there again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She probably talked to you because she obviously didn't have any fear of flying.
No fear of flying.
But
She was flying.
Okay, I'm a little slow. The connection in my brain. I have a potassium deficiency. I think that was good.
That's right.
So Daryl, did the gym that you coached at, did it have a yellow floor? Because I swear that's the only color floor that they had at that time. Because we had
yellow floor.
Yellow floor. Yeah.
Well,
I coached at a number of different gyms because I lived in Huntsville, Alabama. I coached in Raleigh for 12 years. I coached in Oneonta. So no yellow floor that I remember.
Huh.
Yeah.
We had that color floor also.
Yeah. For
Did
several.
Yeah, we just got rid of it not too long ago.
So I was just wondering if maybe that was the only color that they were selling.
Yeah, I think that was
you had a Spieth Anderson floor?
I believe so.
Spieth Anderson?
Oh.
Yeah. And you know what? I think that may have been on floor because we used to we used to lend it to a lot of people. I don't know.
Wow.
I'm just guessing.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
So tell me, was that your daughter that snuck behind you there?
Oh, did you see her before when she walked? She's not behind me now.
She's not? Oh, we wanted to say hello. How did you get such a good-looking family? I mean, you look
Adrian, if you're watching, come on back in. They're the milkman's child. Yeah.
Well, we got to watch that milkman then.
But anyway, yeah, she's a cute girl. She's 17 and spunky.
We have one of those here too.
Yeah.
Look at that. Remember the day you took me on when you taught me all the gymnastics?
Hold on, let me put my glasses on for this.
Some lady commented. We don't know who it is.
So when we were first dating, I had the keys to the gymnastics center. I was teaching at I was teaching at the gymnastics center at the time. I took Jenny Beth there, and it wasn't really her thing, but she put up a brave face and said she's going to do this. I'm spotting her on front tucks on the tumble tramp and how to jump into the pit and swinging on the bars. The next day, she couldn't lift her arms up over her head because she was so sore.
Stayed with you all these years.
That is so funny.
Even after that.
Well, you know. Hi. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Pedro and Crystal, I know, years and years and years ago, we did Special Olympics together.
Yeah, you know, I wrote the first Special Olympic compulsory. I was the one who wrote those.
You wrote the compulsory for all the events?
For all the events, yes. Because
both men and women?
Yes. Buddy Goldsmith was, like I said, he was my boss. And he was heavily involved with. That's how I ended up going to different events with the Special Olympic. So he said he wanted me to write a simple routine. I didn't know for what, but then he told me later on it was for Special Olympics. So I wrote the very first official compulsory for Special Olympic.
Wow! And it went into the book. I never knew that. I never knew that. The one memorable event, I'll tell you, it was vaulting, and the vaulter, besides mental disabilities, he was blind, and it was just a springboard jump. So there was a rope stretched the full length of the runway, and he ran holding the rope, and at the end where he was supposed to jump, there was a knot in the rope, so he knew that was the point to jump. And I watched him do that. I was just amazed by that.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Those were some fun times for me because I also had a blind kid, and we had to put a sound monitor in order for him to walk. And I learned from him, you know, because there's a lot of things that I used to say, like, are you really blind?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Chris is his name. So he was blind, but he wasn't in the Special Olympic. He was just blind.
Yeah.
And doing gymnastics.
Yeah.
You gotta admire that. You really do.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You learn something every day from them.
Yes, yes.
So Daryl, and what do you got coming up now?
in my life in the near view. I'll tell you one thing I got coming up. And do you remember Paul Hunt?
Yes. Oh yeah, you told me about that. But go ahead, tell.
If you saw it, I posted. Yes, he's closing his gym and retiring. Believe it or not, nobody could believe it. I'm looking into flights. I'm pretty sure if everything works out, I'm going to go out to his surprise retirement party in Salt Lake City. So I'm trying to do that at the end of the month, and I haven't been on a plane in years, a whole full year, and I'm terrified. So just kidding.
I know a guy you should talk to.
I just realized something that we probably shouldn't be saying that if it's going to be a surprise.
Oh,
well, he's not a big social media guy, and his daughter has been posting it all over Facebook without any concern that he's going to find out. So,
for those of you, I should pull up a video, but maybe we'll do it in the future. But he used to dress, and you'll recognize this now. He used to dress like a girl, and do girl's routine. He would get on the beam, and it was a comedy.
Okay.
He had leotards on, and he made those. He made them himself. I asked him, where do you get these? He said, I make them. And he said the really fine needlework relaxed him. And to me, would have been a nightmare. I don't do fashion like that, but they were amazing. All of those outfits he made, and he had a bunch of them.
That I didn't know. Wow. That I didn't know. But he was really funny. We got to get his video one time, upload it, download it, whatever you call it, and maybe we have him on. Would you have him on?
Oh, you should. You should do that.
Yeah. When we do gymnasts, I want to get some of the Olympians on. You do
that. I won't miss that show. I don't miss your shows anyway, but if you get some Olympic gymnasts on there. Yeah.
We'll definitely post about that. Definitely share.
Yeah, definitely. So there's a lady there that said, "What a cutie pie! Look at that."
I'm reading her comments. She's talking about you, Pedro.
Me?
I thought she was talking about your daughter.
Oh, maybe that.
Is she hiding in the other room?
She's in the other room. She's probably watching from her office.
Yeah, I sent a friend request. So
come in here and say hi, Jenny Beth.
Hi, Jenny Beth.
Hi, Jenny Beth. Well, listen, it was so much fun talking to you. I'm sure we should do it again. And when we bring the gymnasts on,
we'll have them back.
I love them all so much. I don't know which one to bring on first.
Well, do you have a list that you can share, or is that a secret?
Oh, well, I have a list. I'll probably send you the list. So but I have a list. I haven't talked to them yet, but I'm sure that some of them will come on. Some of our favorite from way back when, and maybe some of the new one too.
They're all my favorites.
yeah. That's what's hard for me. I met Marsha Frederick.
Yeah, you should get her on here. I don't know her, I never met her personally, but she is a Facebook contact for me. And, I appreciate things that she talks about, I'll tell you.
Yeah. So, I met her. I don't know if she remembered me because she was very young and she came to our gym.
Nobody knows you, Pedro. I was very young when I met you.
You was what?
I was young when I met you. I was probably like 20, 21 when I met you. But I'm just you're unforgettable.
We were all young when we met Pedro.
She's still young. She's still young. Luis has some. Let me see.
No, this is Jenny Beth.
Right, Chris. I was talking about her.
You too, Grisha. Thanks for having him on. Oh my gosh.
We're planning a relationship. With couples come in and talk about their relationship for the day after Valentine's Day.
We were doing that the day after Valentine's Day.
Oh, do you want to do the 14th? That would mean we have an extra show.
Oh,
yeah.
February 14th.
So we'll talk about it. It'd be fun to bring you on with her.
Oh yeah.
Oh, all right.
Valentine's.
I'm not going anywhere except maybe Salt Lake City. So
Okay. Okay.
Thank you so much, Daryl, for joining us on Tweed Talk.
thanks
And
for all
not
the people who tuned in tonight. Okay.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was trying to listen to you. I had my.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, sweetie. So it was.
I know what you're going to say. You're signing off words, and I won't steal your thunder by saying it for you.
Do you?
No, go
Well,
ahead.
what is it?
Love, peace, and harmony.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us, Daryl. It was so nice to have you
It
on.
was great to have you on.
It was a joy to be here. I love you guys. You're great.
Thank you. Have a great night,
We love
Daryl.
you too. Say
All
hello
right.
to the
Good
family.
night.
Good night.
I love that.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So remember that next week is going to be music. Monday.
Yeah, Monday's show we were supposed to have Valentine's people, but you
Yes.
booked music guests.
Yeah, well, we could bring them on later. You know, we have 2 guests that are coming on. That's going to be a lot of fun. We got Kathy Patty, as I said, and Justin.
Justin Sutherland.
That's right. Yes. That was a fun show.
It was a fun show.
We will talk about random things later on because, you know, I just came back from work and I'm hungry.
Shawnette, what's up? My cousin Shawnette is watching.
Okay.
I haven't seen her in years. I miss you.
Mm-hmm.
Send me a message.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we got some we've been getting some mail, and we usually just do people that we know,
Yeah.
but we've been getting some very interesting people that want to be on the show. I already have
we have.
a couple of them that I haven't let them know that yes, we're going to approve them for the show. And I know you've been going to mention the name yet, but we have some people, some filmmakers, some photographer,
I'm so excited.
and it's going
So
to be
excited.
fun. We're going to try to keep it fun and lively, but that was so good. With, you know, no matter who we got on, it doesn't matter. Yeah, and Daryl was talking about that he didn't belong here. He definitely belonged there.
Right. I thought it was so informative.
Exactly.
Him talking about overcoming flight anxiety. That
Mhm.
was amazing. And he's going to be sharing that document with us for us to share with our viewers.
Yes, and we're going to share that. And we're getting a little better at this thing here, the mechanics of it. Luis, it was nice to see you on the live show.
Yes.
Jenny Beth, thanks for coming in.
And for those of you that are still on, we should have mentioned this when everyone was on, but I see some people clicked out. For those of you that are still on, we're going to start doing Tweed Talks trivia again. We need to get back into that. So we have several more interviews that we've done. You guys know you can go to our YouTube channel and subscribe and watch past videos. We will always tell you which video to watch, who we interviewed, and the question. You will just have to respond with the answer. Don't send it to us. Don't type it in the comments. We will put your names in a bucket dish if you want to participate. Pull the name out, and whoever wants to give the answer, you can give it a shot. It's fun, and we send you free prizes in the mail. The mail. Just take it. It's free. Just well, don't just take it. You have to answer the question properly.
Yes, you do.
Anyway, you guys.
I ran out of water.
I know, so did I. Thank you so much for joining us live on Tweed Talks. You could win this mug if you answer the trivia question.
That's
correctly, with these 2 cute little faces on it. And as always, Pedro, take us out.
Well, he took us out already.
He did.
Yes. Peace, love, and harmony.
And harmony.
That was good. We'll see you soon.
See you next Monday.
Bye-bye.